the the origin of the corruption that we have today, according to the to the Akashic record of the earth by Andrew Bassi. Okay, so 470,000 years into the history of the earth, there were this group of about 780 dimensional multi or 15 multi-dimensional beings migrating into earth. You see what happened, that they were as creatures as we are. However, they feel themselves the big bosses, the terror, the big dragons god, the how to call it, the big kids on the block, that they can do everything they want because they see themselves as gods. But they are not God, they are the creature created as we are. You see? But they see themselves, they deem themselves as gods. When the prime source created, the primordial being source created all that, it created many central suns, universes, galaxies, and if that came these creatures that come from the bottom of the cosmos, the antimatter and the dark matter, there where they came from. And wherever they went to Lyra to play this to Orion, Sirius, they destroy everything, they infiltrate therein. They will take the siege, they will take the they will hijack the place wherever they went, and they will infiltrate into DNA. They will infiltrate their DNA, mix with the other, so that they will own soul family group, and they will call themselves the original creatures of that place, that particular place. Like they come here, they will infiltrate into rocks, into trees, into nature, and that were already here. It was all here. Animals, humans, Homo sapiens, first version, and all those piece of thing that the other aliens in other groups have bring it here to come into seedlings, and then how they call and then sprout, and then just be animals, water, plants, all that in the humans species, like hominids, like Homo erectus. We had hominids, Homo erectus, Homo sapiens, Neanderthal, Cro-Magnon, all those beings were already. But when they came here, there were the Homo sapiens. They mix up their DNA with the Homo sapiens and called this their creation. You see, they hijacked the former creation of the source. The primordial source was the one who created all that. But you see, awful, ugly, atrocious creatures, they took it to them for themselves. They took it to themselves. They self-appointed themselves as the creator, and they are not creator. They are just logos. Logos are semi-gods, archetypes that comes into a place and then take over, and then they say that they are the gods, just because perhaps they have more technological advancement and knowledge. You see, so that's how it all started. And there's worse than them be them like that are the herds here, especially those who have orthodox religion, the fanatics, the sick-minded people. They try to put the blame on the species here, saying that we deserve all that because we are sinner, we are this, we are that, and that we consented to come here. However, I cannot be come into account. I cannot be accountable for that which I do not remember having consented to. In order for me to be responsible for something, I have forced to remember to have agreed willingly and consciously in the first place. You see? And I only a total for me is an idiot. I'm gonna be frank on an idiot will be so passive, so complacent into belief that we are to blame for all that. Suppose I'm gonna try to find an analogy here. Let me see. I come to a place, I come to a country, a tribe, whatever. I invade that place, and then I take everybody hostage. You see? I take some people hostage, and then I start a program of genocide. I genocide all the native people in the area, and then I mix up my DNA with theirs. I compilate with them, and then new beings are created from that compilation, from those conception, and then I come up and say, oh, it, I belong to this place. I'm the original species of this place, and it's not this way. It's not like how it works, you know. And then I do all the genocide, and then I say, okay, all the hostage who were forced to take part in this genocide are also as guilty as I am. They are accomplices, even those group were forced to. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm trying my best here to form an analogy because I'm a very intelligent and wise person. And I'm proud of what I am. And somebody that, no, you're not intelligent, blah, 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 blah. Or if I was not intelligent, I would think like you, just like an amoeba who thinks that I come here because I don't want. Do you come here because you want? Do you ever remember? And if you do not, how come you be responsible for coming here? Yes, in certain point in time, we did consent with the primordial source. We consented with it that it will come because we are part of it. So what it did, it wants to split itself into quadrillions, into trillions and trillions and trillions of particles, of subatomic particles, and form this and that and that and that. And this same source will allow itself, is part of itself, the minuscule microscopic part of itself, to do time in a sun, a central sun or whatever, and a constellation, a planet, and after that, at will, it will disincarnate. What's disincarnate? Come out from the body, do time with the source, and then reincarnate inside a body suit. Could be an animal, could be a plant, could be a planet, could be a star, can be anything, any creature, an alien, a human, anything that you choose to. However, since these monsters come here nearly 500,000 years ago, we have no more choice. They decide for us, and it's not right. They are deciding for us. And the head is going all in group towards the abysm because they don't know how to fight for their right. Okay? And if you want to go to hell, or you want to go to abysm, you go yourself. But you do not push others with you, especially you who are religion fanatic people. Alright? So, not fit just a single human. So what they did, they multiply themselves. How they did that? They do not split like one kind of amoeba or some or how to call that thing that sucks blood, blood sucker, the leech. If you split the leech, it has it is a, I forgot the name of the scientific name of that creature. If you split, I have split them before when I was young. When I was a kid, I split them, and then I could see that they can still live. They can live yet. So the same thing they did, but they don't dig. They didn't do just this way. What they did, they they breed with the native, the indigenous people of here. And when I say indigenous or native, it's not the brown colored people, nothing to do with that, because that's where I read all the people here, the Homo erectus, the hominids, the Neanderthals, the dinosaurs from Asia, the Cro-Magnon, that where I read the Homo sapiens, all in here already when they came. And what they did, they mix up their filth DNA with this and that, and then they will become what? Soul group. They become logo. It's called logo. What's logo? Logo equal archetype gods or semi-gods or archetype god. So for this planet, the appointed one, okay, you gonna be the archetype god for this planet, and you appointed to be from uh, you're gonna um, you're gonna control, take charge of planet X or Saturn or Lyra or Orion or Andromedas and so on and so forth. They'll come in, they invade, and then they take over by inbreed, by mix up with the native people of those planets. And how it all started, all the corruption, all the mess that we have here today. Wars, they themselves say wars. They are here because they want to be the catalyst. Hello, I don't need catalyst. Go catalyst in hell. Okay, you go catalyst in hell. I do not need that. And from where I come from, I don't see that. I come from a very peaceful universe, and I don't see that in my universe. Do you see? Do you know? So you bring all this mess to Satan. You bring to whatever you want to bring to the black hole, to where you came from. Take it away with you. Go back, all of you. Okay. So, not fit just a single human. So what they did was to break themselves up into multiple millions particles of themselves. They did not do that. They share DNA, and they entered the S reincarnation grid and made a contract with each individual person have versions of themselves and enter the soul families group. What is soul families group? What I believe is that regardless of ethnic group, although certain ethnic group has more seedlings to such of those creatures, like some have more toward Lucifer, all those raw seedlings have more those seedlings of Lucifer, and this is Shitara as well, you see. And then others have other type of, and they are all Anunnaki, they are all Anunnakis, semi-archetype, fake creature God created by the internal infinite source. So they form family group. Okay, this ethnic group, the majority, we're going to belong now to Lucifer. Okay, this group here from no, Neanderthal going to belong to another type like Jehovah, Um, okay, this one from Middle East also Jehovah, whatever. This one from Asia, maybe I don't know what, from Lucifer, and that's how it happened. That's how it happened. The earth, the earth states, earth places, continents were divided among those Anunnakis. Okay, and each people from those continents inherited their DNA or their soul group. As for me, I don't want to belong to Anunnaki. I don't feel myself like them. I feel myself like anything that exists here. I'm totally different. I don't want to have anything to do with them. My God is not from this universe. You see, and neither Luciferian God, like some imbeciles told me. Oh, you can analyze Lucifer. Why I can analyze Lucifer, you idiot? Perhaps if I were telling the people to be enslaved, not to be free, to follow religions, then I will be in your, at least in your books, I'll be viewed on somebody who is a saint, a godlike person, right? However, because I tell people to be free, I like goodness here. I want to stop wars. I want to stop murdering. I want to stop unconsciousness here. I want to stop hunger. I want to stop the cruelty towards animals, toward everything, toward children. I want to stop viruses from spread because they created underground. Because of this, I'm a Luciferian now. It's the Luciferian who are doing that, you idiot. You are an idiot, man. You are telling me that, you know. You are an idiot. You are an idiot. And when I told you, you are Muslim, he kept quiet. It could be. What else could this idiot be? So, they have invested of themselves. They make versions. See? So, all the people here became what? The microscopic version of the fake hijacked God. So as they began to invest more and more of themselves, this 15 group of beings became 40% of the population. At that point, they had outward allies, offward, offward allies. Of course, they were not alone. There was others, aliens, who were with them, whom they had given technology to, such as taking soul out of a body and wrap the creature vibration, shoot across the galaxy, and it would enter the Earth's astro grid and be forced incarnated through the incarnation grid to be in this world, and little pieces of themselves began to interbreed with other pieces. You see how it um, works. Okay, the children of this creature, let's say and Leo, mix up with the children of Enki and from others, and then become all what? Hybrids. That's why we are all now very, very much hybrid species. And it began what it was called the invasion. And with this invasion, the entire concept of warfare started, and finally they brought a little version of the allies. So they mix up with even other allies, the off-world, other off-world aliens, other beings, and with that they've created this soul family here on Earth. They've hijacked the incarnation grid because they were the master grid here. They had a master grid, and that's why the Archon's grid, by modern popular term, even though it's more drastic than that, it's more serious, more very, very, how to call, complex. And the situation of the current geopolitical condition, the chaos, etc., is an outcome from these beings who were second to 50 generational beings of other galaxies. So now they come to a point where it gets so, so pervasive, so insidious, that is very difficult. It gets so knotted, so intertwined, that is very difficult for you to untie the knot they created throughout all those times that they've been in here. The solar system we live in was built from the ground up, and it's called the Galactic Ascension Machine. There were 3 galaxies that were part of the 50th generation of creation galaxy in our universe. Of these galaxies, there were all about 300 to 400,000 thousands galaxies instead of the trillions that we have now. Because why? They have blown it all up if they are super mega nuclear bombs. And I'm not talk for before some idiot think that I'm talk about nuclear bomb here on Earth. No, I'm talk about nuclear bomb from outside this planet that is already very much popular in other places, in other corner of the universe. Albeit uh, it came to us in the time of Atlantis. What brought down Atlantis was a nuclear bomb. And Abraham, by the way, he threw an not atomic, nuclear bomb in the Dead Sea. And that's why it's called Dead Sea. Thus, the universe was much smaller than it is now, and these beings were part of the second, third, and fourth generation of the beings that came here. So all we have here now is the second, third, and fourth generation of the beings, of those former beings who first came here. One galaxy is a purpose, wants to expand the concept of free will. The free will was an agreement among the group of the council of 12, I guess, with the elders. They call it the ancient beings, or the elders. What happened was they joined together. Those councils joined together to decide the fate of those galaxies, not just planet Earth. And Lucifer and his seedlings, the Luciferians, seedlings, gave this advice to the then called Jehovah. Jehovah is the logo, is the god of this planet. You see? So what happened was Lucifer and his team, his minions, gave him the idea or the suggestion that he should accept free will for the species in here. Jehovah, being a jealous God, at first did not consent, did not agree. And he was seen because he was afraid to lose power over the species in here that they already by now had manipulated the DNA in a mix with theirs. Okay, so what happened? And for me also, I think this Jehovah and this Lucifer is one and only. He's just play mighty games. Something tells me that's the one and only, multiplied like an amoeba or a leech. So what happened? He decided to give free will, and that's what called the the knowledge, the tree of life, the knowledge of choose between good and bad. However, before that, those species here already knew that there were only goodness. They were more aware, they were more conscious. They would not litter anyhow, they will not kill anyhow. You see, they will not come create wars. Greed, there's no such thing. People live by the order of day, the order of the cosmology in multiverse. They were ethical people, species. And what happened? This Lucifer purposely gave this damned accursed free will so that the species will break the law, will what they call they break the law, and then by doing that they will this is what I'm talking about is the multiversal laws, of do and don'ts. So as for us to have a better guideline in life. And this accursed being give the free will to the people here and make them taste the tree of life and knowledge between good and bad. Because they been bad, they want also the species here to taste what bad was, so as to become part of their karma. So whatever they did here, they themselves would tempted the species, and we would get the karma. Do you understand? For those who are very wise like me and intelligent, do you got it? One more time, repeat one more time. Since they were bad and they already have caused havoc and chaos in other constellations, other galaxies, etc., they did not want this alone. So they came here, they manipulate our DNA, chromosomes and makeup, whatever, or gene pool, and they make the species here taste the tree of life or whatever. That's what's called the tree of life. And then the species will commit what? Violate universal laws. And by violate universal law will be like accomplice to them, you see, to this species of beings. Will equate our ethics with them, and then the karma will be shifted to us as well. We'll get to taste a piece of the pie, the pie of stupidity. Because to me, you be stupid, you being bad, you are stupid. There's no other answer, no other name, no other term for the word break law, violate the universal law. When you violate universal law, you are being what? Stupid. Just like the what the Arabic meant. So, use the universe were much more than say the free will. It purposes to expand the concept of free will. What's free will? We are not free at all. These are all a pretext, an excuse from which their karma will be shifted onto us without limitation to that created world. And these 15 original beings were part of our galaxy, our original galaxy. And when the world galaxy came in, we had two sets of separate prime creators of those galaxies who had come together to try and figure out how this universe gonna mix. And that was a big, because they're stupid. They're stupid. Have so many technology, this and that. Technically, you are intelligent, but when it comes to be wise, they are just that morons. Set of separate prime creators, and these prime creators were who? Enlil and Ki together with their minions from other Afro world, off-world beings. So, because this galaxy wasn't ready for the whole galaxy to come in, it was a 70 dimensional seed planet. Its purpose was to bring new life, to bring the new planet that was being built. It wants to be a library of just creation and not all those dramas, those. For me, it's gay. You have dramatic. You like all this nonsense of wars, of crimes, um, inequality, and disease. And then it's gay for me. Gay, like a soul who becomes a planet and receive DNA wisdom. But what those species have become? Amoeba. Your conscience, you have nothing. You may have a technical brain. You can do things. You have potential to be technical. However, when it comes to ponder, to think, to rationalize, to be very wise, you fail. You fail miserably, unfortunately for the species. From another source, and that source uses a framework to incarnate, not reincarnate, incarnate. Okay, because there's two differences. Incarnate, you come, you don't have to reincarnate. You do time, you have come from other multiverses. Then you come into a planet, you incarnate. After at will, when you are tired of the game, you go back. You come here, okay, you come, what want to be? Okay, I want to make new species of animals. I want to care for that planet. I want to glorify my beings, which is the source. And then after that, when I'm tired of the game, I say, oh, it's so boring. I guess I'm going back. So you come up from the bad at will, and then you do time there, and then you come back whenever you want to, and not be forced to. Not to reincarnate in a system of planets. Earth being a seed planet, her purpose was to have 200 separate womb chakras. And the people that lived on her were able to create a DNA knowledge. You see, they were very, very smart, wise people, wise species before those awful demonic creatures came in the picture to destroy it all, to create a DNA knowledge and those womb chakras to help to manifest a new wisdom of DNA. And that DNA brought to our moon, and the moon psychically transport all this information to other quadrant of this universe, solar system. Do you understand? Earth will accept seedlings, then it will flourish in here, and then it will create another hybrid DNA, and this DNA, this produce will be transported. The DNA will be the genetic will be sent offward to other planets. Understand? Psychically wise, all this information. So the blank Akashic record of a new world, and the world would have its soul family and begin the process of incarnation, not reincarnation. But it was then hijacked, the poor thing. Just before it was to serve this service, and purpose. She was put away, teleported, and was tremendously hurt at that point. At that point, she called out for the universe, and healers from all around the universe and beyond began a migration here. And this was when these 15 multi-dimensional beings became aware of what was going on here. They saw war, and these beings were so old and so boring. This the old, the elders, the anciency of the day that um, conduct meetings to decide the fate of the planets, and um, they make part of the council of 12, council of the 13, so on and so forth. So they decided that they would have some fun out of this. So they came here as Earth was freed and brought back to the light once more. These 15 multidimensional beings started to create dramas, and the work on set had just started for them around the galaxies. They started to create timelines and layers. You see, all those things that, oh, nothing is forever. Everything have to change. So what you have, pyramids of timeline, the time of the dinosaurs, time of the 19th century, the advent of factories and industries, and then we have the era of Pisces, and then we have era now of Aquarius era, new age of Aquarius, and then we have the Kali era, Kalimata. They have another name, the Kali Kali Yuga era, and then all these are timeline that those Luciferians create. They start to create timeline in layers, understanding that this would be a very funny place for a very long time for them, because they love all this, they love all the drama, they feed on drama, they feed on sufferings, and they say no, it's because we love you and we want to be offered as a catalyst, because you make a pact with your logo, which is your archetypic god for this planet. But hey, did I ask for a god for this planet? Did I ask to have a god for me? No, I didn't ask. I have my only God self. I don't need another from outside this primordial source. Thank you very much, okay? Keep it to yourself. Just they start to harvest enough pieces of themselves so as to spread the dramas throughout the galaxy, and people would be drawn into Earth. See? They started to harvest enough pieces of themselves. And to resolve the great dramas that they've started, the higher beings of this universe basically took all the big dramatic 66, all the numbers, look at the number 66 planets from different parts of the galaxy, and put them into a single solar system, because they were mixed so much mess in another quadrants. So they single them out all in one solar system. So quite literally they took all these planets and put them in here. Oh God, so all the people in here comes from different planets. That's why you have many culture, many ethnic group, and then they put all in one single species of Homo sapiens. Do you understand? However, it can be Asia from one planet. Later we'll find out from where. Afros, Negroes from another planet. Maybe some say that they come from Neptune, I guess. I'm not sure. And those are the ethnic groups that see Greco-Romans come from another constellation, Clubs, see, and the Anglo-Saxons maybe come from Lyra, and several other groups come from another constellation, and they were all placed in here. See, even before those creatures were to come and appointed themselves as gods. The 66 planets in our solar system represents the 66, look at the number 66, primary dramatic time of information. So if you need to resolve your karma with any of this dramatic planet, you'll have to come to the solar system. This solar system is in the center of 3 separate galaxies. So she's in the center of 3 separate galaxies. Imagine 3 centers with circles within circle within circle within circles, where we are. Juicy souls got to constantly migrate in here, and when they migrate here, they will have to go through the vibratory process of Mars, Venus, Pluto, and all the others until they reach the vibration of Earth. That means before you ever come to Earth, like I have made my previous world case report that I have here, case past life report, you can see that they talk about my having come from Mars. I stop at Mars, Venus, Saturn, and other planets in Uranus before I came to Earth, Pluto, and all the others until they reach the vibration of Earth, which is the higher part of the galaxy ascension machine. You see, so before a soul shoot up here, they will they will have a stopover to these planets. Can be Uranus, can be Venus, Pluto, Saturn. And if you graduate in here, you pass, you will have the opportunity to become a sun, a moon, a planet, or move on a higher multi-dimensional being and become a multi-dimensional being. Thus, this is the place where everyone resolves drama, and it's done because multiple parts of the galaxy is polluted by these dramas, and they need to get rid of the pollution. So the resolution was to put all this planet in a single solar system. Now I ask, how are we gonna resolve drama if the planet is already polluted with dramas? How you gonna heal if you live in a non very nice environment filled up with traumas? How to heal yourself? If you come here to heal, how will heal through all this process of sufferings, of fears that we got here? It doesn't make any sense to me. So it's all lies. It's not true. You see, there's something wrong with those readings here. We don't come here to solve anything. We came here for a purpose, because they throw us here to become the scapegoat, to get the karma of some other beings. Okay, such is that we do not remember who we were, and then when we don't have a memory of the past, there's something wrong with that. So this is not a place to solve any karma. This is a place where you get karma, where you get trauma in the first place. This is a semi-purgatory in hell, or umbral, as is said in another culture. We call it umbral, or purgatory or hell. It's a semi-hell, and it's not here where nothing is resolved. You're gonna resolve it in another way by acquire knowledge, how to free ourselves. See, you cannot heal if you are in a turmoil, if you live in a fear-like place. You need to have a place conducive, a conducive place for healing. And the most part of the earth is not healing conducive. So let me see here what we have here. Syrians mentioned here are Nuneki. What is happening is that you live religion, but you always use the same brainwashing mental pattern in your mind. Yeah, like, oh, okay, I live a religion, but then I still believe that I disabled or bad thing here because I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner. I'm a very bad person. I need to be humble. And in order to be humble, I need to sub estimate myself. I need to demonize myself. I need to put myself down because I don't see myself as bigger than. You understand the dynamic and the mentality of your so-called gods in yourselves? You are conditioned, cultured, and conditioned to think this way. So, now, but then upon which you base your new beliefs. To believe it means to rely on something which was placed in your mind. Yeah, but depending on what you believe, if what you believe is passive and complacent and subjugated, then you have a problem. You got a very, very big problem with self-esteem. So that when you die, the afterlife service uses every possible way to trick you to come back to earth again. Yeah, manipulate. Oh, you didn't do well. You fail. You are a failure. I'm sorry, but you have to go back to repeat your class again. And you didn't make it this time. You have to go back again. Beyond the mind. After a while, however, it was time to be recycled again. The Syrians and their helpers resided in this dimension, whose job it was to manage this in-between spirits had to block the memories of their victims before they were shot back into the body. They erase our memories, erase miserably, so as not to remember. So don't blame me if I don't take responsibility for the decisions of others who placed me here. Do not blame me. Why did you remove my memory in the first place? So it's you to blame, not me. I discard all the blames and the responsibility. So the souls who were about to be recycled received some heavy-duty implants before they were ready for the next lives. They were put in a chair and were spun around. Oh, like this. Everybody will get berserk in a craze while bombarded with images in a rapid speed. Tell them to obey their masters. This is a kind of mental hijack. And to forget about previous lives. My goodness, so we go back in trauma, we live in trauma, and then we come back in trauma. No wonder all the children born and cry, because all the traumas, the previous trauma before enter the body. This is terrible, this is monster have to be stopped. Some of this, that's why there's no God. If there were a God, it will be good. No God is bad, but no, some idiot, the orthodox idiots fanatic brainwashed morons would say, oh, but because God is not only good, God also is bad. Oh, yeah. So if he is bad, then he is not a God. Because a God is supposed to be good, at least for me. At least through my ideology of what a God would be. Some of these implanted stations were located on Mars, two healthy Mars, about previous lives. Some of these implanted stations are located on Mars, others in the Pleiades. From there, the soul was then shot into a new body with all memories erased. And so it went on life after life up to this very day. Very little has changed. The only thing that apparently has changed over time is that some souls who have been heavily implanted over time appear not to need the amnesia treatment anymore, and will automatically take a new body when one becomes available. They are so conditioned that they will automatically take a new body without thinking. They don't even have to go through the tunnel of light at all. Oh my goodness, just go halfway and already jump to the bed. Oh, there's a pregnant woman about to give birth. Go there, jump in. Go inside, come back again. That's called the herd mentality for you. No time even to rest and decide to evaluate yourself, how you have done here. What exercise is all about? Who are you? Where you come from? How you are made. You need to find all those answers before you embark in another journey to embodiment. And the higher self of others individual can fake your remote control signal and just subdue your vehicle within this matrix. So the different higher selves have different vehicles and sometimes hack each other's vehicles. For those who doesn't know, higher selves are the the known those who call themselves gods, the logos, the semi-gods of where you stay, of your continent, your planet, etc. Okay, so everybody have a sub logo, and this is the higher selves, your higher selves. So the different higher selves have different vehicles, and sometimes hack each other vehicles. What can be, you see, from there on you can imagine the corruption that there is of world, and not just here in this planet, but of world as well, and the astral. What can be a problem is the signal. It becomes stronger when you get rid of the drudgery of emotional and mental dramas and restrictions. The signal is lower when we do hate or love someone or something too much or get involved into false mental constructions. The signal is better when as neutral. The sign is better when we are as neutral as possible. We experience ups and downs, but eventually we learn to see things as they are. We see religion from higher perspective. We see the place we live in from higher perspective. Remote control is always on. We are not always on. Another problem is low battery of our soul body complex. It happens when you allow someone to hack you and use your vital energy. So you are not fine until the battery is recharged. And finally, you make a right choice. Yeah, because some people, when they are perturbed and being hijacked mentally, they cannot make a right choice, conscious choice. Connection is set up and you do everything perfectly like it was intended to be done. We, as a soul body complex, Just have to learn to keep a signal as powerful as it could be. Fly and take care. You are always on remote control. Oh, by then, so who is remote control us? Who is guiding us? So you're in remote control because in some way, some species, some creatures are control us from afar. It's called remote viewing and remote control from far away. Oh, you're gonna do this now. Oh, you're gonna do this now. You're gonna take this task. You're gonna be this. You're gonna be that. You see? And those who are very weak-minded, they will fall for this trap. They will become vulnerable, which is your higher self. It could be another entity if you willingly agree to be managed. I'm not surprised if the speech that they have here, I'm not surprised that they are easily taken over and let themselves go. That's why you see so much crime rate, high crime, corruption, etc. People who are not ethical enough. Do not allow anybody to interrupt your connection to remote control is outside the matrix. No! In fact, we cannot allow to be remote control from outside the matrix. It's wrong as well. Whoever is saying that the entity who is saying this to allow ourselves to be remote control by them in a big spaceship is corrupted, another being, another corrupted being. So what he's saying here is like you cannot, don't allow yourself to be influenced by other alien beings. You must be by our team alone. Only we can manage you because you want to be your owner. Understand how it works? Nonsense, I go in a fool though, idiot, not me. It's outside the matrix in the hands of your higher self. Yes, the game has its boundaries and pitfalls, but it's your choice to be here. No, it's not our choice, you idiot. It's your choice. It's your choices. I wash my hands of responsibility that you have given me. Okay? It's your choices. It's your responsibility. I wash off my hands from responsibility. Exactly, they hide. Yeah, now what I have to tell you all. You all hide in the shadow. Opa, you hide in the shadow because they are demons and use people's lack of psychic sight to their advantage. They mix truth, like the previous one reading. They mix truth with lies, yeah, and they distort everything. And don't dare tell them their ego so big that if you tell them, why I don't believe you, you don't have, then they speak very nice, you see. Their grammatic is immaculate, good, from if the level of the doctorate, like they have the doctorate in languages, is impeccable, their way of speaking, because it's that way how they best manipulate the idiots here. So if you want to see them angry, you say, why I don't believe you, they get very angry, blah 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 blah. You don't have to listen to us. I wouldn't care. I'm divinely indifferent. But actually, yes, you are very, indeed, you make a difference when you do not follow what you all want. Okay? Don't you dare lie to me. They are demons and use lack of psychic sight to their advantage. People select the idiots, the hurt, especially those who deserve lack of psychic sight to their advantage. They mix truth with lies and their spells on their suspecting devotees. About time something was done about these minions of the false light gods. People start to see who these people, people, I'll call them creatures. what these creatures really are, and their followings will be no more. And their followers, the problem is not only the devils, but their followers, their secretaries, their advocate. They deserve the ridicule they will get. No, I don't think so, because the head love them too much to be ridiculed, for them to be ridiculed. The wheat will be separated from the tares, and they will all cease to exist one day very soon. And this day may be thousands of years, I will say. So it's not very soon, unfortunately. So for you, and I'm telling you who wants to follow, who think that I'm exaggerating here, or that I I'm neurotic or whatever, I'm lie. You can continue with your religions, okay? But what you cannot do is expecting that we all, me, follow what you want me to follow, and accepting my part in the game and my blame. No, I'm not to blame, I'm innocent. And I will die. I will die proving my innocent. My innocency, even if they don't care a root, and if it doesn't make it any difference to those tyrant, the violence. Okay, that's your masters.